Guys, Coach Joe going over the workouts for the week of August 19th through 24th. Before we get started, I just want to do a little bit of housekeeping here. Talk about tracking data points. So when we track our data, we give you ways to keep track of your workouts as far as the conditioning pieces go. But let's talk a little bit about the strength. Okay, it's real important that we keep track of all the numbers we keep track of. The strength are probably the most important, and the reason being is we use them the most. We do repeat workouts occasionally. Matter of fact, we repeated one last week, and we're going to repeat one this week as well. But the keeping track of the strength are real important because we use those in for the conditioning piece as far as percentages go, and as well as so we know what we did last week. A lot of the strength we're doing now repeats weekly, and it goes based on what we did last week, or we're adding weight to what we did last week. So those numbers, keeping those current, are really important. So let's keep that in mind and keep track of those. You can do that right through your smartphone. If you need to, we can show you how to do that. Just let us know. All right, so for Monday the 19th, the workout looks like this. We're going to start with back squat clusters. Okay, we did these last week and the week before as well. So here's this going to look like. This is going to be a little bit on the heavier side this week. Here's how it works. All right, so I'm going to have you guys warm up to anywhere between 70 and 75%. That's going to be our starting point. Okay, so what does that warm up look like? Well, in the warm up itself, the actual warm up, you have some back squats in there already with the bar only. So we don't need to really worry about the bar. If you want to do them, that's fine. But if it was me, I'll probably put maybe 40 or 50% on for a set of 5. Then I would either go to 50 or 60% for a set of 5, maybe 65% for a set of 4 or 3, and then that's 70%. I would actually probably start at 75%, so I would probably do a set of 70 at maybe a set of 3. Then this is what the actual workout's going to do. Okay, we are going to do 2 reps at 70 to 75%. We're going to do 2 reps. We're going to rest for 15 seconds. We're going to do 1 rep, rest for 30 seconds, then do another rep, and then we're going to rest. That's 1 set. Okay, 1 set are those 4 reps right there. Okay, that's 1 set. Here's what I need you to do. We're going to complete 5 sets of this, but I need you to add weight each set. Okay, so think about that when you do it. Start off on the conservative side if you need to. I don't care if we have those little fractional plates. I don't care if we add half a pound on each side for a 1 pound. Add something, okay, and let's see how you can push yourself today and make that happen. We do have a second part to the strength. They are pull-ups, okay? So I would like for you to rest about 2 minutes in between these sets. So if you did, while you're resting, if you want to, you can do the pull-ups, the 5x5 strict. I'm saying optional today because we have them in our workout. So if you are working on your pull-ups and want to get better at them, now's a great time to go ahead and get those done if you choose to. Again, it is optional. If not, you can get off your feet, rest for a minute or 2 before you tackle that next set of squats. All right, the conditioning piece looks like this. Option 1, it's an 800-meter run, 50 thrusters, and 30 pull-ups. If that looks familiar, it should. It looks a lot like Jackie. Jackie's one of the girl named workouts on CrossFit.com. The difference is Jackie actually has a 1,000-meter row. We did do this workout. It is a repeat. We did it back on August 20th of 2018, so if you wanted to check your score, I'll try to remember to put that on the whiteboard so you guys can click through and see it if you want to. All right, so what we're looking for in this, the weight on these thrusters, 45, 35, it's not going to be a big deal for most of you guys. You can rock through those, okay? We will build bars in the morning on 15-pound bars with the nice bumper plates. This way we don't have to worry about dropping weight if you get fatigued and dropping that empty barbell. Our goal for this is going to be 10 minutes or less. It's about a 7-8 minute workout probably, I would think. The elite do it in sub 6, so we can certainly do push ourselves on this one. I know I've done it around 7:30ish, like that. I know a couple other folks have as well. So we're looking for the thrusters. You might be able to do all 50 unbroken. That's fine if you do, but always think big sets in this one, right? Maybe a set of 30 and a set of 20. That's how I would probably tackle it. Maybe 2 sets of 25 would work, but you definitely need to have big sets on this workout. Same with the pull-ups, okay? If we're doing the pull-ups, we have a couple variations you can do. If you want to do them strict, I would drop that number down to maybe 15 or 20 on the strict. But we can do, of course, kipping, you can do butterfly, we can do ring rows, low bar, or even jumping pull-ups in this case because we want it to be fast. Okay, but all I'm looking for out of the pull-ups, let's make sure we can get those done in 4 to 5 sets. Okay, so we're looking at sets of 5, all right, 5 or 6 to get that accomplished. So keep that in mind when you're doing that one. Option 2, you have straight 10-minute AMRAP, 200-meter run, 12 goblet squat to press, and 6 ring rows. Suggested weights on that, 35 to 55 for the guys, and 12-ish to 35 single kettlebell or dumbbell for the ladies. Looking to get 4 rounds out of that plus on this one. All right, again, workout, anytime we see that 200-meter run, I'm always looking for somewhere between about a minute to a minute and a half on those runs. If that doesn't happen, we may want to shorten that run up just a little bit. All right, so the squat to press is going to look a lot like a thruster. We're just going to have that kettlebell, hold it out in front of us, squat down, press it overhead, and then the 6 ring rows. So that should take care of Monday for you. And then we'll go on to Tuesday. Oop, scrolled the wrong way. Okay, Tuesday. Here we go. So the strength, we are doing cleans. Okay, so here's how this is going to work. As you can see, the cleans, we have 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So that's 5 sets of 1. So what does that mean? So what we're going to do is we're going to take 3 to 5 sets. That's before these. Okay, that's before this working stuff. We're going to take 3 to 5 sets to warm up to get to a working set of singles. All right. So our goal today is to get a heavy single or a 1 rep max if you can. So again, 3 to 5 sets working up. Bar. Just slowly work up till you get there. Again, looking to add. Once you do the 3 to 5 sets, we're going to start doing singles. Okay, or 1 rep. 1 rep. Rest for a minute. Take another rep. Rest. And I'm adding weight each one of these single reps. Okay. This is a great time to do a couple things. We can work on technique if you're newer and not really comfortable with the clean. Your coaches will help you through that. We can work on, again, just work on technique, drilling down that technique of the clean the entire way. One question I'll get, I'm sure, are these squat cleans? Yes, because I'm looking for the heaviest clean you can give me, by nature they're going to have to be a squat clean in order to get under it. Okay, so if you're not really good at the squat clean and don't like getting under the bar, again, now's the time to get that habit and get that drilled into you guys. All right, and get that moving. Another thing we can do is a clean pull. If you're not comfortable cleaning, or you might have an injury to a shoulder or an elbow, we can do a clean pull. All right, so basically that's just a clean without the catch. The bar will start from the ground, we'll pull it explosively up as high as we can, and then guide the bar back down to the ground. We just won't put our elbows underneath it. All right, this is a great way to move heavier weight fast and develop power. Same thing I'm trying to do with a clean, just without catching it. We can also do a trap bar jump, which again is the same thing. I'm exploding using my hips to generate that power, hips and legs to generate power. All right, so plenty of options there. Get with your coach if you need a modification on that, and they can help you with that. All right, getting into the conditioning. All right, so we got a 15-minute AMRAP of 10 box jumps, 10 front rack lunges, and 10 hang power snatch. Weight on that suggested 95 to 115, 65 to 75, or about 50 to 60% of your snatch. Okay, so the goal for this one is 5 rounds. Couple things I'm looking for on this. On the box jumps, we did those seated box jumps last Monday. You guys knocked that out of the park. You guys did awesome on that. All right. One thing I saw on that, which I want to continue here, is nice knees over the insteps or toes, keeping those out. Also landing completely on the box. Okay, I want to make sure we're starting to land entire foot on the box. Another big thing with these, and this I'm not going to mandate and tell you have to do it, but I wish you would, is step down from the box. I don't like you guys jumping off the boxes, so step down if you can remember to do that. That would really appreciate that. It's just a little safer and a little less wear and tear on your Achilles. All right, so let's talk about the front rack lunge. You got 20 of those. Each step is a rep, so you can rock those out. Front rack lunge, of course, barbell on the front. with that, it's going to test our posture and position. You have to keep your chest nice and tall. You start to get those elbows down, that chest will come forward, and you want to lose the barbell. Hang power snatch. Again, hang is anywhere from my waist to the top of my knee. We want to have shoulders in front of the barbell at all times on that. As far as the weight goes, again, gave you that weight of 50 to 60%. Pick a weight that you think you won't have to break more than once or maybe twice on the set of 10. Okay, if we start breaking more than twice, we may want to lighten that weight up, especially in the earlier rounds. So again, that's what we're shooting for there. Something you can break up at least, or only have to break up once or twice. All right, option 2. You're looking at a 15-minute AMRAP, 10 step-ups, 10 lunges, 10 kettlebell swings. Recommended weight on the kettlebell swing, 35 to 53 for the guys, and anywhere between 12 to 35 for the women on that one. Step ups, again, we can challenge this if you want. The goal I put on there is 5 rounds. But this is one of those, if you want to challenge yourself, we can do weighted lunges if you wanted to with that kettlebell. You can hold that again like a goblet and do those lunges weighted if you'd like. Step ups, same deal. Make sure we alternate feet and keep our entire foot on the box. So that takes care of Tuesday. Rolling on to Wednesday. All right, Wednesday, farmer carries. Why do we do farmer carries? Okay, so if you've noticed, if you've been with us a while, or if you haven't, you may have noticed that every other week we try to put in either a sled push or some kind of carry. It might be a sandbag carry. We've carried buckets before, farmer carry with kettlebells. We always do some kind of prowler push or farmer heavy carry alternating weeks. And that's really just to work on some GPP, some general preparedness stuff, and work a little strength. Also, farmer carry works as a great grip tool. All right, so what am I looking for the farmer carry? Let's talk about how we're going to do them first. When we talk farmer carry, we want to brace our midline nice and tight. Shoulders, the way I like to explain it is, imagine you have, if you have back pockets, I'm going to take my shoulder blades and put those shoulder blades in my back pocket. That'll keep my shoulders nice and locked in. I'll squat down to the kettlebells or dumbbells, pick them up. Now I'm in a nice stable position with my shoulders locked. Okay, I want to keep everything nice and in line. We are going to do 4 by 100 meters. Okay, so again, 100 meters down to the 50 meter mark and back. That would be 1 rep. We're going to do that 4 times. Okay, now as most of you guys know, I like to have a little fun with carries. So don't be afraid to mix things up. We can do something like front rack carries. Okay, where those kettlebells are in the front rack. We can do 1 in a front rack and maybe 1 down to the side, and then switch when you get to the 50 meter mark. Or you can do a single kettlebell overhead and 1 down. There's millions of combinations we can do with those things, and really have some fun with this and challenge. Again, always challenging posture and position. Get with your coaches; they'd love to help you out and stretch your imagination with those things. The conditioning piece is a death by EMOM. All right, so every minute on the minute, we're going to be adding some type of work. In this case, we are adding bar facing burpees. So here's how it shakes down. Every minute on the minute for as long as you can, last or 20 minutes. Here's how it's going to go. You're going to do 4 heavy deadlifts and then bar facing burpees. The bar facing burpee is going to be the increasing thing. The deadlift is going to stay the same throughout the entire workout. 4 reps the entire workout. We're just going to be adding bar facing burpees. So minute 1 will be 4 heavy deadlifts and 1 bar facing burpee. Minute 2, 4 deadlifts, 2 bar facing burpees, 3, 4, 3, 4, etc. Keep going up and up and up till we get all the way to 20. A couple things with this before we talk about the weight. With these workouts, we're scoring. If you're keeping score, we're scoring the last completed round you got inside the minute. So if that happened to be, 5 heavy deadlifts or 4 heavy deadlifts and 5 bar facing burpees, it would be 5 rounds. If that happens, feel free to take a break if you want to and jump back in and finish the 20 minutes if you'd like. You don't have to stop. That would just be for scoring purposes. So you can continue on with that. All right, weight-wise, we got 155 to 315 or 85 to 205, about 30 to 70% of your 1 rep max deadlift for those. Okay, couple things with that. I want to choose a weight that's heavy for you that you'll always be able to do 3 solid reps in. All right, let's think touch and go reps. Okay. The other thing is something you can get at least 10 minutes worth of. Okay, you can get 10 rounds in. So the burpees on this one are probably going to push that envelope of what you can get, but that weight's going to have to move pretty quick. 70% I think is on the higher side. I would, if I'm looking at this, I'm probably somewhere between 30 and 50 realistically, maybe a tick higher. Again, this is one of those we can adjust the weight as we go through because we should have some time in those earlier rounds to make those adjustments. Okay. Option 2 looks like 7 kettlebell swings and 2 dumbbells, 7 kettlebell or dumbbell deadlifts, sorry, and 1 burpee. The kettlebell or dumbbell deadlifts are always going to stay the same at 7, and we're adding 1 burpee all the way till we get to 7 deadlifts and 10 burpees. All right, suggested weights for that we're looking at. You can do this either way with either one or 2 kettlebells. You can do a kettlebell in the center, 1 kettlebell. It's somewhere between 53 to 70 for the guys and 35 to 50 for the ladies. Goal time I'm looking for is 12 minutes or less, so go all out for that one. That one's pretty straightforward. Again, if the burpees are starting to hold you guys up with those, you can either sub an up-down, basically a burpee without the push-up, or we might want to elevate those burpees to a box or a bench on that one. That takes care of Wednesday, and we'll move on to Thursday. Keep scrolling this the wrong way. There we go. Thursday the 22nd. All right, so what do we got? Fun basketball warm-up. We're not here to talk about that. Let's talk about the conditioning piece. Okay, so conditioning. You got 4 rounds, 40 double unders, 20 toes to bar, 20 shoulder to overhead, with a 1-minute rest in between rounds. Okay, so this one's going to be on you guys to keep track of that 1-minute rest, but please keep that in there. All right, so for I'm looking to get under 4 minutes per round if you can. All right, so what is that going to mean with some of these reps? So for 40 double unders, we're looking for something that you can get those double unders done in about 90 seconds max. Okay, so if you're working on double unders or you're tripping up a lot, something like that, we may want to reduce the number if it's taking you more than 90 seconds. But if you can crush them, no big deal, knock out your 40 and be done with it. If you're doing attempts, do 40 double under attempts. If not, we're going to go ahead and double those to 80 single unders if you're doing that. Toes to bar, you got 20 of those. We can sub a V-up if you'd like, just regular sit-ups, or we can even do a hanging from the bar knee raise. All right, shoulder to overhead. So here's what we got for that. There's any variation to get the bar from your shoulders to overhead. So of course, first you have to clean the bar or get it somehow to your shoulder. Then from the shoulder to over your head can be either a strict press, push press, power jerk, push jerk, or even a split jerk. But if you're split jerking the weight, it's probably going to be too heavy and you're not going to hit that 4-minute per round marker. So keep that in mind when you're doing it. 95 is probably a decent weight for most guys in here. And I think we should be okay with that. Gals, I didn't put your weight in there, but I'll go ahead and change that. We're going to go 55 to 75 on that one. It should work out reasonably well for you. Just remember when you drop that bar back down on your shoulder coming from the top of the press or the jerk, just remember to absorb that by bending your knees just a little bit to absorb some of that shock. All right, option 2 is 14-minute AMRAP, 20 single unders, 7 sit-ups or kettlebell swings. Again, either one of those will work for us, and then 10 shoulder press. On the shoulder press, again, we're talking we can either use one kettlebell or dumbbell, or you can go ahead and use 2 and press both at the same time. Recommended weights are 30 to 53 for the guys and 15 to 30 for the ladies. Sit-ups, those are just regular butterfly sit-ups like we do with the ab mat. For our pregnant mamas out there, you may want to sub those out for a kettlebell swing. if you can't do sit-ups. All right, and then Thursday, so it's ROMWOD day. Please stick around for that. ROMWOD is very important to get you guys loosened up and nice and flexible and get ready for Friday. All right, let's talk about Friday. Okay, Friday, the first thing you're going to see is that the strength is actually after the conditioning. That happens every once in a while. We don't do it very often, but it is totally legal. So we'll still talk about it first. So the strength today is accessory work. Okay, we're going to do plate front raises, supersetted with dumbbell lateral raises, and then deficit push-ups. Again, supersetting means I'm going to do a set of plate raises, then I'll do a set of dumbbell lateral raise, then I will do a set of deficit push-ups. Okay, looking for 3 sets of 15 on the plate raise and the dumbbell raise, lateral raise, and then max reps on the deficit push-ups. Okay, the only thing I would say there is you really don't have to start at the plate front raise. You can swap back and forth and you can start on a lateral raise. As long as you hit them all for 3 sets of 15, we're good with it. All right, so the conditioning part. We're doing that first today after a warm-up. So here's what we're going to do. You got a 25-minute AMRAP, okay? 400-meter run, 15 power cleans, 400-meter run, 15 back squats, okay? We'll start with a 400-meter run. Remember the run, anytime you see a 400-meter run, we're looking somewhere usually around 2 minutes or so. We got 2 of them in here, so we're talking 2 to 3 minutes. If it takes you longer than that, again, we're probably going to want to cut back down on that, okay? Then we've got 15 power cleans. They will start from the ground at 115 to 135, 75 to 95, or about 45 to 55%. Remember with this one, though, it shouldn't be a problem for you guys, but I'm just throwing it out there. For the power clean, whatever you do for the power clean, you're going to have to be able to get over your head to do the back squat. So just keep that in mind. I don't want you guys setting up 2 bars. So just remember, whatever we use for the power clean, you're going to have to use for your back squat. Back squat, again, we back squat enough. You guys got that knocked out. Just stay nice and braced, big breath, and rock those out. You should be able to, for the weight, I'm not saying you have to do the 15 power cleans unbroken, but just keep in mind when we pick out a weight, it's something that we should be able to do unbroken for 15 reps. So again, that's another kind of indicator if we got that weight right or not. All right, option 2 looks like an 18-minute AMRAP, 200-meter run, 15 kettlebell deadlifts, 200-meter run, and 15 goblet squats. Okay, so what we're looking at there weight-wise is 35 to 53 for the guys, and again that 12, 10 to 20-ish pounds for the ladies. Goal for that is 5 rounds. Oh, I didn't tell you the goal for option 1. Option 1 goal is 3 rounds. Back to option 2. We're looking for 5 rounds out of this one. Again, run, 200-meter run, so we're looking at a minute and a half per run on that. Again, shorten it if needed for that one. That's pretty straightforward. Okay, that takes care of Friday, and now on to Saturday, which you guys are going to be lined up at the door for. Looks like, ta-da! All right, Hero WOD Saturday. Here we are. This one's tough one. Let me sure how to say it. Schwer, maybe. All right. So here's what we got. This one's teams of 3. Teams of 3. Okay. Here's why. Well, you got 100 thrusters at 135 pounds. That's why. Then 100 chest to bar pull-ups, and then is that 6 miles? Yes. Run 6 miles. All right. So let's break this down. How this is going to work. First off, again, teams of 3. Okay. As far as the work goes, remember you have 100. Okay. We did this workout. I know Phil, Jared, and I did this workout late in the evening for the 24 hours. It was a heck of a workout. Okay, 135 is obviously on the heavier side for thrusters, so think about that with that weight. As far as the 100 thrusters and 100 chest to bar pull-ups go, you can break that up any way. Meaning you can do 10 thrusters, then 10 chest to bars, then 10 thrusters, then 10 chest to bars, 10, 10, and 10. Again, only one person works at a time, but you have teams of 3, so break that up accordingly. Now the run is 6 miles total, okay? But I want teams of 3 running 2 miles together, okay? So the 3 of you guys are going to run at the same time. Keep that in mind. Now, what does the run look like? The 2 mile run, and I'll have this, I should have got it ready now, but the 2 mile run starts at the gym, goes all the way down past the church, all the way to the end. We're going to make a right at the stop sign, go all the way past Vallarta's, and come right back down in front and run along 54 in front of Suncoast, and then come right down Merchant Avenue all the way back to the gym. That is a 2 mile loop. Of course, you can choose to do 2 1 mile sections if you like, or if you want to run 2 miles on the parking lot, but it may drive you nuts, but you can certainly do that as well. So that's totally up to you. Anyway, you want to rock out the 2 miles, but I do want the full team to run 2 miles with that. If by chance there are teams of 2, you will complete 70 reps of each and 4 miles. But I want to see teams of 3. Okay, so try to make it teams of 3 unless it's uneven, and then you have to go to teams of 2. But strive for teams of 3 on that one. All right, so that takes care of the week of 8/19 to 8/24. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Thanks, guys.